Hello, WellTech team. My name is Andy Rahn, and I'd like to take a little time today to discuss some of the cultural differences we'll experiencing while conducting business in Japan. Now, although it seems pretty straightforward, they actually have some unique items that I want to discuss. Now, the point of today's video is quite simple. We want to know before we go. Otherwise, you can end up in some precarious situations. Now, like this picture depicts, on my first day of indoctrination into the military, I referred to a gunnery sergeant as captain. The result of this ended up this exact picture. So, what we want to avoid is ending up in this situation in a professional setting. First thing is punctuality. This is crucial in Japan. You want to arrive at least 10 minutes early to your meeting. That way, you are showing the people who attended proper respect. So, keep a simple mantra in mind. If you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. And if you're late, you're making WellTech look bad. So, let's make sure we're at least 10 minutes early. Next up would be bowing. You don't want to end up like the guy in this picture. What you want to do is bow at the proper angle. Too little is considered informal and reserved for friends, so don't do that. What you want to do is bow at least 30 to 40 degrees. This will show the proper amount of respect for the business partners that you're meeting with. Again, you don't want to be reaching out for a handshake when you should be bowing. Next up, I want to discuss how you hand out business cards. Both how and to whom and in what order is very important in Japanese business culture. First off, you want to start with the senior most person on the team. This way, you're showing the proper respect to the proper people. And from there, you work down in terms of seniority. And notice the picture, how they're handing out with two hands. Utilizing both hands when giving a business card is the correct way in Japan. So don't just throw out a shiny business card under the table. Do it properly and in the right order. Next up, snacks and drinks are commonplace in Japanese business meetings. Even if you're not hungry, you still want to accept these. It's a sign of respect. They're being gracious enough to offer, you need to be gracious enough to accept. Even if you don't want it, that's okay. Still accept the drink. Now, if you really like it and you want to refill, they'll notice that and do so quickly. However, if this is going to be your last snack or last drink, leave a little bit in there. That way, they know not to refill it. It's not disrespectful to not finish it or even consume it at all. But if they may think you might want more, they're going to continuously bring it. So, best practice is leave a little bit in, and that way you don't have to refuse anymore. Next up would be how you dress. This is very important and says a lot. Yes, you want to be professional and you want to look sharp, but in Japan, especially in business culture, conservative is best. You want to stick to dark clothing. Don't go flashy, no crazy colors, just simple dark colors and a nice suit. That way, you're showing respect for the people who attended their meeting and for the meeting itself. You don't want to distract from your presentation with your wardrobe. And though I'm sure you have lovely jewelry, ladies, please keep it to minimal. Too much would be disrespectful in the same way as a flashy suit. So I think if we keep these things in mind when we go over and we have our business meetings with our Japanese counterparts, we will be able to hit our target goal and be extremely successful in Japan. So I encourage you to not only take the tips from this slideshow, but also do your own research, and we're going to hit our goals. Thank you so much for your time today. I hope you have a wonderful time in Japan.